Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Brytenwalda. Now, we have travelled to our previous stomping grounds of Ireland, and I made a quick stop off at Ulaid to actually reinforce my army. Now, I don't have a maximum army yet, or a maximum strength army, should I say, but I do have rather serious units at the top here that are ready to take on any foes that would present themselves, but unfortunately, as you can see, after all of my upgrading, I have lost all of my money, so this week's wages will have to be covered by the treasury, which is most likely running dry anytime soon. So we may have to garrison quite a few of our units, and then effectively run around, or at least wait for some time for a bit, and try to get some of our cash back that way. Although it would be nice if we could win a tournament sometime. But for now, I thought it would be a good idea to take on the Ulaid, as they only have 2 fiefs left, and they had the audacity to try to take us down. Yes, so hopefully, once we have taken these 2, I can get down to showing you some tournaments, and potentially finding that Greek armored warhorse, I believe is the name of it, and hopefully finding that, and being able then to use it in combat. Okay, so let us go in to the Ulaid. Now, I still have siege warfare on, but I am only going to prepare our assault. Okay, so we're going to prepare the assault, and then we will go in like that. Okay, so let's see. We want to build mantlets, don't we? Do we? Not really. Let's just build, what is it? Ladders? I suppose it's going to be ladders, yeah. Okay, so the only unfortunate thing I forgot to do was buy food at Ulaid, because they didn't seem to have very much food at the time, so maybe once we take this, I will be able to... Oh my. That is why the Ulaid are my worst enemy right now. Oh my goodness. They actually... Oh no. Okay. Stay your hand. There is something I must tell you in part... Oh, that's not going to work. Okay. We will fight you to the end. Oh, okay, so they don't have that much. I thought they had over 900 troops, because I saw a guy with 400, and then I thought maybe the other one had 600. So, thankfully, they aren't too bad. So, we will charge them and hopefully be okay. So, let's see here. Okay, so... what do we have? We have 4 cavalry and 77 infantry, so yeah, the cavalry tactic is most likely not going to be used in this particular battle, unfortunately, but maybe if a few of our infantry die, then we'll be able to use a bit more. So we can only hope that they don't die and they actually just go unconscious, and then we'll be able to use them, no problem at all. So, now, I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but can you guys see the skyboxes? Because there's actually a line across the sky that I've never seen before, and I believe they are actually the skyboxes, or it could potentially be the limit of how far you can go in this particular area. That seems to be the way it is, but for whatever reason, it's actually being shown in the game. It should be invisible. I'm not entirely sure why that is happening, but okay. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal with that, and hopefully be perfectly fine to withstand the Ulaid's onslaught, which could potentially be quite devastating to us. And no, cavalry, I do not want you to charge, I want you to follow me. Oh my goodness, that was the wrong button to press, wasn't it? Yes. Go, infantry, go. Just go in, just go in. Oh my. Let's at least take out their archers. That is something we definitely want to do, and hopefully protect our own infantry versus their cavalry as well. So let's do that as best we can. Oh yeah, well, we took out his horse at least. I didn't take him down, but there we go. That is a win in my book. And maybe we can take this one down as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now maybe our cavalry can take them down a little bit easier. And all of our units are fighting here as well. Come on, guys. Oh my. Oh, I actually took the leader down. Oh, yeah. I didn't get any renown for that, unfortunately, but what can you do? We took out the toughest to kill unit on the battlefield, I would assume, because they are quite tricky to take down, the lords usually. So yes, I was rather surprised he was off his horse to begin with. So that was great. There we go. Now we can take these guys. Oh my. No, that is definitely not what we want to do. Oh. And their reinforcements coming in here. Okay. Well, our forces seem to be doing a fine job at taking them down. We haven't lost too many. Nope. We have only lost 4 overall. So that is always a good thing. And I realize now that we're going to get a lot of units coming in. Or should I say a lot of enemy reinforcements coming in. They are going to be very stubborn indeed. Because they do not want to lose Clocher by any means whatsoever. And hopefully I'm not actually going to lose my horse, because it seems it might actually die. So I may get off it in a minute. Should I? That wouldn't be a good idea, would it? It's going to be a pretty bad idea, because I'm probably going to die immediately by getting trapped. It would be bad if I actually got off my horse right now. Or should I say got thrown off my horse due to it being taken out of the fight. But we seem to be doing quite well taking out these infantry units. Well, not anymore, because we are going up a hill on a horse. They are a lot better at that than we are. But Old Tan actually got a double kill. He is our medic, so good job. Turning yourself into a battle medic, yes. Okay, well, I think we can most likely let these guys go. I don't really see the need to attack them, but I'm doing it anyway for whatever reason. I suppose it is XP, which does help us. I actually don't have any modified XP with this particular series. I did at the beginning of Pendor, because that was an absolute beast, and monster, and every other word you can come up with that signifies hell, because beginning Pendor is really, really tough. And Brytenwalda was not so tough that I needed to change it in any way, so yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know that. So I am doing all of this legit. It's just mainly due to the fact that my trainer skill is really high, and all of the low-level units get leveled up almost instantly after 1 day, so I mean, that's only to level 2 and level 3, not even to level 5 or anything like that, so yeah. But, you know, it's just a matter of trainer working its magic, as usual, because that seems to work in mainly every series, really. I was doing that in Floris for a month and a half, and I gained, what was it? I gained 30 level 5 Nord infantry, which were really, really good, so yeah, unfortunately they died a little while after that. But yes, that was rather nice indeed. And I wasn't really doing much. I was just waiting at the town, and mainly waiting for it to become garrisoned, because I was not the one garrisoning it. It was an NPC in the game actually doing that for me, so I didn't need to worry about that so much. If I did, then I would have quite a bit of difficulty, I would assume. Now, that is the only problem with this, of course. You do have so many villages to recruit from, which is a bonus, but then you have the massive job of actually funding all of their wages and their troop costs while they're in your party as well. So yes, I actually agree with one of you in the comments that said all of the units are actually very, very expensive, and I agree with that. That is one of the things that could be toned down a little bit, because I would assume that they wouldn't have so much money in that time of history, so I don't know. Would they have 21,000 shillings per week? I don't really know. I mean, I am not a historian, I have not studied history, I'm mainly an English student, and I've done a little bit of mathematics as well, but yes, it's not precisely... Oh my! That really hurt. Okay, but as I was saying, it's not exactly how I would envisage troops at that time being paid. Would they be paid that much? I mean, maybe they were really rich back then, in shillings, that is. I mean, yeah, I suppose. It could potentially be the case. Yeah, but there we are. 21,000 is cumulative, though. That is every single week. And that is how many people? 468 people. So, I don't know. It could be understandable, actually, because that's not too much individually, but together, for one person to pay is quite a lot. And I don't actually have anything to shore up my losses. So I will have to make quite a concerted effort to do a tournament at one time or another. And I will try to search for it off screen, and then when I find it, I will obviously record it. Just in case I get a Greek armored warhorse, that would be absolutely amazing. I would really look forward to gaining one of those, as they are beastly, I have been told. But yes, there we go. That's my thoughts on it anyway. I kind of agree with you about the troop costs being quite high, but I don't know, because in Pendor, I have a roughly similar army, and I'm paying, I think, double? Not even double. I'm paying perhaps 3/4 more than what I'm paying here. So it could potentially be that way, but I suppose because Pendor has very, very different units, and their costs could vary wildly, considering obviously Noldor units are quite expensive, I would assume. Okay, well, we killed 14. We only lost that, yes. And I mean, by we, I mean Barney killed 14 in that one battle, so that's pretty cool. Now we have 447 versus 365, I believe. Not too bad. We are taking them down rather slowly, unfortunately, so what I may end up doing is cutting from each initial charge and going from battle to battle. So we may see us charging in, and then at the end of that battle, we will charge in yet again, and so forth. And that would hopefully give us a little bit of a more streamlined experience, but I understand that it is quite nice to actually see the stats, because the stats are the backbone of the game, as it were. And I've just realized I have a two-handed axe that I could have used. Huh. Well, I suppose I can only use that when we're off our horse, so it's not too bad. Yes, this is the main issue now, because our forces are so slow and the enemy is not moving or making any effort to move towards us. We have to wait this whole time for our troops to move forward, which is, yeah, quite laborious. But we will be there soon enough, and wow, they're actually backing away. They're that scared of us? Well, I suppose they're not scared of me, but they're more scared of these infantry units. Yes, I would be too. These guys are all elites and heavies, and wow, I actually have some mediums in here. Okay. They're quite rare now. Yes, but no. My top half of the army is very, very elite and heavy to begin with as well. Once they defeat the first two waves, I believe, then they get to the creamy center, as it were, the creamy center of our army, and that is very easy to take down indeed. So, yeah, if that indeed does happen, which it most likely will not, but yeah, there is a possibility, you never know, and it would be really good if I could actually hit someone. Thank you, Barney, thank you. Good stuff. Okay, maybe we can get out our spear. Let's do some spearing. We haven't done this in quite a while, so I thought, well, why not? They have actually made quite an effort to make the spears viable, whereas usually they're very slow and hard to use. These spears are actually quite easy, as you can see by me actually getting kills with them, because, as you know, I am terrible with any kind of polearm. So yeah, it's quite nice, and I tried to do a jumping stab right there, but unfortunately I was not able to. And whoa, these bodies on the floor here, wow, that is rather intense. Oh my, I have to defend that guy. Oh, and he blocked it, what a shame. Who is this guy anyway? Spearman, aha. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I may have to garrison all of the units that don't come from villages, because they come from, I believe, bandits, and they cost a lot more to fund their upkeep, so yeah, we may have to do that as well, but I will do that off screen, obviously, to save you the trouble. But yes, I believe this is actually our victory. Yes, it is. Okay, another round in our favor. Oh yes, great. So how many did we kill? 5. Oh, a lot less than before, at least. Anyway, okay, so yes, they have 229, we have 440. Almost half they have of what we have, so this should be quite a considerable victory, I would say. Maybe I should increase the difficulty a little bit. Do you think I should increase the difficulty a bit? Because at the moment, we are losing around 12, maybe 16 units per battle. But yeah, maybe we should. Okay, I'll tell you what. I will cut away anyway, because our units are going to take ages to actually arrive. And when we have engaged the enemy, I will then cut back, and it will be with increased difficulty modifiers. Oh yes. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, we have our infantry lining up to take a rather considerable charge at the enemy, and they only have 58 fielded in this current battle. We have 116. So this should be quite a massacre on their part, and hopefully we will soon see how the increased difficulty fares. Maybe it will make it a little bit more challenging, because at the moment we are steamrolling them. I don't know what other word could potentially describe the feeling I'm currently getting, but there we go. I think that will suffice for now. Okay, I think I will charge in my infantry, and we seem to be doing exactly the same. Losing very little, but gaining a considerable amount of kills. So it could be the fact that we took out many of their heaviest units at the beginning, and yes, now they have the creamy center, as I was speaking about before. So that could be potentially the only reason why we aren't suffering too many casualties, because I do have the damage modifier for your troops on medium now, so instead of it being on the lowest difficulty, which is usually what I go for because of the amazing amount of units we usually have to fight in sieges, it is now on the 50% margin, so not too bad, but still rather easy and so forth, instead of the normal damage, because I have tried normal damage once before, and it was a complete disaster because I actually tried it in, I believe it was part 9 of Prophecy of Pendor. That was a huge mistake because everyone at the time in the comments was saying, why don't you try a higher difficulty? That might be more entertaining, you know? And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll try that, you know, because I was very enthusiastic about it, because I was still rather new to the Mount and Blade games. And then I realized how amazingly difficult it is to play on the highest difficulties. You have to be extremely paranoid to be successful at it, and just wow, you have to be a very good tactician as well, and as you know, I am not that. So yes, that is partly the reason obviously I play on a lower one, as to provide constant content, as to avoid areas where I say, oh, I've just lost my entire army, so I'll have to spend a few days getting it back, and that would be quite considerable considering I am doing multiple series at the moment, but obviously the fact as well that if I had to recruit, or should I say re-recruit, 490 troops, I think that's my max army size, that would be absolutely a monumental task and very difficult to pull off indeed. So yeah, that might be partly it as well. But yes, there we are. That is it, I believe. And wow, we still have enemies to kill? Okay. Well, 123 enemies. And this has taken around 20 minutes. And that is excluding the cut that I made. So it's probably going to be about 25 minutes. So yeah, wow. That is really long for one battle sequence. Huh. Maybe they'll streamline that sequence in Mount and Blade 2. maybe they'll give you more diplomatic options, which will be really nice to see. So you can talk to the enemy leader, and he'll say, "No, I don't want to give you any fiefs. No, I don't want to give up this battle, but still, I want to fight you." Yes, so there we are. That would probably be that, and that option would probably be there even if the enemy only had 9 troops and you had 1,000. Yes, yes. And, wow, my army is actually really slow. Huh. Okay, well, again, I will actually cut away here, and once they have begun nearing the enemy, I will cut back. Okay, so I thought you may like to see this scene. Okay, never mind. That was absolutely terrible. I mistimed that incredibly because I wanted you to hear the amazing noise that the arrows were making against our unit's shields. They were taking quite a battering from them, and as you can see, we are actually losing quite a few heavy units due to that fact. They did a serious amount of damage while they were heading up the hill. And I have actually told them to hold position and attack the enemy infantry so that they would keep their shields up rather than taking a lot of damage by charging. So that has helped me out quite a lot. Thank you for that tip again. That was in a comment quite a while ago actually, but I have been trying to employ that in almost every battle in Brytenwalda, so ow. That definitely hurt. Oh my. Okay, so yes, now I definitely think we need to charge in, because these skirmishers are almost tearing us apart. Okay, I am going to be quite careful here, actually. These throwing weapons do a lot of damage, and if my horse gets taken out, I could potentially face quite a few enemies at once. And they would definitely gang up on me, and most likely kill me at the same time. Wow, we're actually doing quite a considerable amount of damage as well. We are striking from behind though, I suppose, so that gives us the extra special hits, which is always good to see. The red text always gives me a lot more damage. Oh yes, I like that. It gives you that feeling of, oh yeah, I just pulled off a really nice maneuver, but in actual fact, obviously, you're just hitting them from behind. But still, maybe in Mount and Blade 2, you'll have some positional attacks. So if you attack a guy from behind, you may have an attack that stabs him from behind. Like a, I don't want to say a canned animation, because Mount and Blade really isn't about canned animations and real-time events and so forth. But, you know, it may be quite nice to have something similar to that. Maybe if you attack him from the side, you have a sweeping attack? You never know. I don't know what they'll do with it. But, you know, I'm sure they will pull off whatever they decide, as I do have full faith in them that they will make an amazing game, as they have already made one. Yes. Okay, so we will take as many light cavalry as possible, as many medium infantry. I think I can probably take all of these guys, actually, because I have 528 is my max force. Wow, okay. I didn't even know. I thought it was 490, but apparently getting renowned for defeating large forces has paid off in the long run. Wow, okay. So I suppose we will be taking a lot of units prisoner as well, which will help us out immensely with our funds crisis at the moment. And oh my goodness, oh yes, war trophies. Oh, now let me tell you about war trophies. These sell for 1,000 at every single town marketplace. Absolutely amazing. I love those. Oh yes. And they provide XP as well, which is absolutely great. So there we are. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is end this off here, because that series of battles did actually take a hell of a lot of time, but next time on Brytenwalda we will be vanquishing the Ulaid and taking them out of the game for good, because they have betrayed us for the last time. And yes, that one time they betrayed us, we are now attacking them for good, yes. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.